The man of the people, in whose hands will we be safe? And before we took a break, we were talking about this controversy at the Kenyatta University, as the story there has taken a new twist, with the university Vice Chancellor Professor Paul Wainaina being suspended for 30 days pending investigations into a matter where that it embroils the Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital over the ownership of a piece of land that is meant to be given to development project for the WHO. At least that's how it's being painted. And the president isn't too happy with how Professor Wainaina didn't quite bow to the expectations and the summons. Is this a case you were saying before we took a break that you would take on?
Well, when you look at the history of public land, one of the biggest problems of public land, and which we have really fought, and I think institutions are beginning to do, is the use of politicians to excise and appropriate public land has been the cause of a lot of problems. And right now, if you look at the Universities Act, all the assets of the university are vested in the council, not in the president. The president is no longer the chancellor of the universities. So universities are autonomous public bodies who have got a law, an act of government, an act of parliament to guide them in the way they do their things. And I think that if the president has good ideas, or even better ideas than what the council has, let him do them through the university, not from State House.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing of a big man having the final say has been the reason why this country has never developed.
Right.
The law should be the final say, and if the law says that these assets belong to the university, we have procedures. You can go to parliament, you can go, there are procedures for which the president can be accommodated with the big ideas. I realize that he has got 3 weeks to go and maybe he's in a hurry. That should not stop him from following due process. In Kenya, the end does not justify the means. In Kenya, the means is as important as the end. And so I think we should step back. And I think the president should step back and let the university drive this thing. Let the university negotiate it with the World Bank, and let's achieve it. Let us not begin losing public servants who are doing their work.
Right.
If you look at Article 236 of the Constitution, it precisely protects Professor Wainaina from what the president has done. Because you cannot fault Professor Wainaina for saying these are assets of the university, and I'm going to use them according to the law. If you want them to be used in another way, then let us do so.
Right.
But that attitude that the end justifies the means is what has seen us, even if you look at what has happened in Uhuru Park, the law was violated. The end might be a very good thing, but when you violate the law, what's the basis of it? You saw the other day when they did the SGR, I went to court and the court declared the thing unconstitutional. It violated the law and it's being acquired. So should the Kenyans then pay the debt that was acquired by breaking the law? You know, we don't want to get into those kind of situations, yet you could still do what you want to do within the confines of the law. So to me, I would plead that what is happening at the Kenyatta University, the president should step back, get Professor Wainaina back to his job, get the council back in place, and let them work. Because if we don't have autonomous councils, then we are in a problem. Then politicians come and mess these institutions up. And yet, what is the elephant in the room in Kenya? Is professionalism. We do things in a haphazard way. And so, to me, in the Kenyatta University matter, I didn't say I'm going to get a case. I've got a case in court over the controversy regarding the ownership of Kenyatta University. It's, I think, a 3-year-old case. And I'm challenging the order, the executive order the president issued to create Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital as an autonomous body from the university, with an autonomous board and away from the council.
Okay.
There's no way a presidential directive can override an act of parliament. The act of parliament says these assets belong to the university. So whether the president likes it or not, he has no power to do what he's doing. It may be a good thing, and I think it's a good thing, to have the facilities they're talking about.
But the way they're going about it.
But let us go about it the correct way.
Okay.
Allow the university to own these properties and create partnerships with these organizations.
Now that sounds like the activist Omtata that many Kenyans have known over the years. Where has he been, and why have the streets or the corridors of justice not seen you in the last few months?
No, I've been there, just that the media has not focused on me.
Where have you been?
Last week, I got cancelled. I went to court and I stopped an attempt to fill about 20 senior positions in parliament with the hangers on. I went to court. There was the day before they were to do the height. I got a court order. When we went to court for now the hearing of the case, I got a court order stopping the appointment of directors of what within parliament. When we went to court, they pulled back. And they cancelled everything. Okay. So we are now on safe ground to make sure that we do not get parliament packed with hangers on. Then the next people who are coming to parliament will have no say.
All right.
Today I'm filing a case. I prepared it overnight. Even if you look at me, I'm feeling sleepy. When I came from Busia yesterday.
Yes.
I learned that I did not have access to newspapers. So when I read the Monday newspapers, and then yesterday, I saw a statement in The Nation quoting Junaid saying there's an attempt to rig the appointment of the clerk. So when I went to it and I looked at the constitution and I said, this is totally wrong. So I prepared overnight. I've worked overnight preparing a petition, which I'm filing this morning, to stop the attempt by this parliament to recruit a clerk for the next parliament. If you look at the constitution, a clerk is appointed by the House, just like a speaker. When this parliament ends, the new parliament should choose a speaker. So why is this parliament trying to choose a speaker and a clerk for the next parliament? You see?
All right.
So